So Ryan, it's great to have you in this meeting. I'm glad that we could meet together. What's concerning you?
We've been having an issue, the Fine Arts Department, with sharing the stage. Recently, I've been building for my show. I spoke with the orchestra director, and she had mentioned that she was also needing to share the stage. We set a date for this issue as to when she will need it and how I can try to make myself available or how we can share it. But she came in yesterday and told me that there was an issue with how much room that was provided for her. We established that I was going to give her half the stage, which is what I did. All my materials are permanently placed on stage at this point in time. I can't move them, and so she's asking for more room, which I can't provide. So I was going to let you know and see how I can address and speak with her about it and keep it professional.
So have you spoken with her before
I
about
did.
this?
Well, so I came to her in August, and I said, hey, we have a play that's going to take place soon, and I need to have a certain build job done. On the calendar, I see that you needed the stage somewhere in October, and is there a way we can share it? And so we wrote down a plan. We talked about how much room would be available to her, where she can go, where she can move if there's an issue. And that date came about that Friday before, and she said what I was giving her was not enough. And I said, well, this is what we agreed upon. Me and my students have built so much things. So we just need to, this is what you have available. That's what we talked about. So she was kind of wanting me to move it at that point in time.
So she's wanting you to move it, and you already have permanent placements on the stage.
Yeah, and she was pretty hostile about it when she came at me because she was advocating for a program. I get that, but it made me feel as if, you know, she's now putting me stranded to figure out a way to make something happen out of nothing. And the materials that are on stage are fairly heavy, and they're not movable, and they're fastened together, so I can't move them. I mean, like I can't physically have the students come in and lift them, and they have nowhere to go. Like I have nowhere else to go with them.
So we have a few options. Could we speak with her about maybe finding some other rooms on the campus that we could store her materials? I mean,
she can. The stage is combined with the cafeteria. She can bring more out into the cafeteria if she'd like to. Her thing is that musically, and I don't know this personally, but musically she feels that the acoustics are better in the cafeteria area. And I mean, if that's how she feels and that's the truth, I don't know. But I mean, if it is, then that's great. I wanted to give her the stage, but I want her to make sure that we follow up on the agreement we had. I don't want to feel like I have to be put out to accommodate her more for things that are, like I said, permanent or are already placed where they need to be.
Okay. So in your perspective, in your mind, what would be the perfect outcome from this?
She can keep the agreement arranged. I know she can't relocate, or I know she can't move her date to another location or to another time. You know, I told her that I could give her some materials that can bring her out further, like if I can extend the stage for her for a temporary day's purpose. But I think you would need to help me approve that because I don't want to get in the way of the custodians and whatnot.
I think we can get that approved.
Awesome. And then, I mean, I provide that for her. I just think that what she wanted was the stage. And in reality, after a certain point on the stage where I'm at, you can't even really hear her anyways. So I don't know why that would be her sought after thing. So I can build her some extra platforms to help push out into the cafeteria if you're okay with that and if she's okay with that.
So why don't we set up a meeting where all three of us can work together and find a common solution to this, and maybe it's the extending the portion of the stage.
Perfect.
And that way all of us are in agreement.
I'm all about that. I thank you for that. That's awesome.
That sounds wonderful.
Awesome. All right, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
All right, for reflections, how did you think that conversation went?
I thought it flowed very naturally, very positive. It felt that I was trying to figure out a way to solve his problem, but making sure that I didn't solve it, that he's able to have some ownership over the solution.
And how did you feel like the conversation went?
I really appreciated his calm presence. I mean, the more I got aggravated in the way he stayed in his approach, it made me feel like I can calm down and come back into a positive state. So I really appreciated his approach to that.
All right. No, I think the conversation went well. And now, just maybe one advice when you did paraphrase, if you could, because he said that he was pretty irate about the situation, if you acknowledged how he felt, maybe that could have just been one point. But other than that, I think everything went well.
Yeah.
All right.